Hi folks, Grim Reaper here. I'm an amazing success story. I don't mean, you know how I envy you for being able to watch me, you know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people are very humble, but they have a lot to be humble about. Not us. Not those children born between 1930 and 1970 that went through those times. I'll tell you what, it was not easy. Just getting born was kind of a miracle. I mean, almost every mother smoked like a chimney and drank like a fish. And then any little old pain, pop a couple of aspirins. That's all you got to do. Dump some blue cheese salad dressing on. And never got tested for diabetes. This guy calls 911. He said, my wife is having contractions every 2 minutes. The operator says, just calm down, sir. Now, is this her first child? No. He said, I'm her husband. He ain't but 3 years old. So after that birthing trauma, we got stuck in a baby crib. It had nice, bright colored lead paint on it. Then there was this disorienting mobile that every kid almost had to have that hung out over your head, so you couldn't even see stuff normal. There wasn't any child-proof lids on the medicine, and there wasn't any super locks on the cabinets. When we rode our bikes, we didn't use no helmets. Nobody even thought of that. And we hitchhiked. Even if we were in a stranger's car or in my mom and dad's car, we would ride in a car that had absolutely no seatbelt and positively no airbags except maybe my Aunt Esther. We rode in the back of pickup trucks tons of times it was always a special treat. We ate cupcakes, drank water from the garden hose, not from any fancy French bottles. We had bread and butter. We drank soda pops. They all had a lot of sugar in them. But we were never overweight. You see, that's when we were always outside playing. That's why. When we came home from school, my mother said, go outside and play. I'll call you for dinner. And we played in the summer. And on weekends, we'd leave home in the morning, play all day. As long as we were back before the street lights came on, Mom didn't care. There weren't any smartphones. In fact, there weren't any dumb phones. There was no way that they could get a hold of us if they had to, except they probably knew where we were and who we were with. The whole town was like your family watching out for you. And almost all the time, we were fine, okay. We'd spend hours building our go-karts at soapbox derbies out of scraps of wood and boxes and stuff. Then we'd get in them, and we'd ride downhill and find out the brakes didn't work and run into a bush and drag that sucker back up the hill to do it again. We did not have PlayStation, Nintendos, Xboxes, Switches, Vextrexes, and smartphones. No. There was no 99 channels on the TV. There was no videotape. There was no surround sound, and there wasn't a bit of cell phones or tablets, no personal computers, no internet chat rooms, no Roblox, no Minecraft, no Angry Birds, none of that. But I'll tell you what we did have. Friends, actual human friends that we went outside and we played next to and with. Sometimes we fell out of trees. Sometimes we got cut. Sometimes we broke a few bones, and sometimes we got a few teeth knocked out. Sometimes we got shot with a BB gun accidentally. But there were no lawsuits on account of these accidents. When we couldn't think of nothing to do, we made up games with sticks and tennis balls and stuff like that. Some of you people even ate worms, believe it or not. And although we were very often warned, you'll poke your eye out with that stick, we never saw a child who was walking around with a patched eye, and nobody I ever knew poked his eye out with an actual stick. In Little League, they had tryouts, and not everybody made the team. And not everybody got a trophy for participation. You had to come in first or second, or you didn't get diddly squat, and you hope next year you did better, and you could win a trophy too. You had to learn how to challenge yourself and how to handle disappointment. We'd ride our bikes or walk over to a friend's house, knock on the door, ring the bell, or we'd just walk on in, no doors is ever locked, and just talk to our friends yelling, "Hey, Bill, you home?" The idea that our parents would bail us out if we got stuck in jail, no, they wouldn't. They would be extremely angry. They sided with the authorities and the rule of the law. In these days, part of living life was learning how to deal with it. Now, if you made it through, congratulations. You see what I mean? You are a very lucky survivor. I'll tell you this, the fact that I have lived this long, it just makes me want to run through the house holding a nice sharp pair of scissors, doesn't it?